would you do with an extra over $3,000 a year? Today I'm going to be talking about the 365-day nickel challenge that I personally try to save up a little bit extra cash throughout the year. To be honest, it's a really easy money challenge, and all you need are a ton of these. Now, before we dive in, do know that you can click on the link down in the description to get to the article that goes along with this blog. In that article, I go over all the more detailed aspects of this nickel challenge, but then also you can get your free downloadable, which is a calendar tracker, so that you can specifically track out each month of your nickel challenge. Now, to start, let's talk about why on earth you would choose this challenge over other ones. So out there you can find there's the penny challenge, there's the dollar challenge, and the quarter challenge. I mean, pretty much people just make challenges out of whatever is out there. But I liked the nickel challenge because it was really this happy medium between all these other ones. The penny challenge really only saves you up a small amount of money, so it's not very motivating on the long term. However, the dollar challenge does require a lot more money down the road, and I'll explain how that works with this challenge. But yet it's a lot more attainable for us average everyday people who don't have a ton of money to put over and to save, but also need a little bit more motivation than just setting aside a penny a day. Okay, so how does this nickel challenge work? Essentially what you do is you can take nickels themselves, or you can do this digitally in an app like Acorns, for example. I'll link it down below so you can see. But what you can do for every day it is of your challenge, that's how many nickels you put in. And so January 1st, you put in 1 nickel. So that's 5 cents. Super easy at first. Day 2, you actually put in 2 nickels. So that's 10 cents. Day 3, 3 nickels, 15 cents. So how this works is on the day that you're on, so let's say you're on day 20, you're going to be putting in 20 nickels that day. Now, this does differ between another nickel challenge of this sort. So what I have seen out there in regard to these money challenges are 2 different variations. You have the one where you literally put in a nickel every day. And so honestly, by the end of the year, you will have accumulated $18.25. So I don't find that to be very motivating at all. Yes, maybe you could do that to build up a little bit of savings habits of putting away money, but having that little bit amount of money at the end, I don't find it to be very rewarding. And then you have this other version of how these money challenges work, where the specific day you're on is how many you put in. So if it's day 50, you would be putting in 50 nickels, or the amount of money that would equate to 50 nickels if you're doing this digitally. Okay, so with this idea in mind, by that last day, by the day of 365 days of doing this challenge, if you are able to make it to the end, on that last day, you'd be putting in around $18 on that one specific day. So you can see how, yes, on day 1, you put in 1 nickel. So the benefit of this is you're very gradually setting aside more and more money. But of course, once you start getting into the field of putting in $10 a day, you're gonna have to figure out, how do you find an extra $10 a day? I mean, that adds up definitely within a month. And so this does help you to learn how to find money elsewhere, whether it's starting a side hustle or working a few extra hours. So it's all about building that beautiful money saving, delayed gratification mindset. So it's really suggested that you do get a printable. And the one I have on my blog, this is what you see with this one. And it's a really good printable for you to set aside, especially if you laminate it and then write on it. But as you can see here, you just write down how much you put in every month, and then over the months, let's say you put it in a binder or something, you can add it all up and see how your money has grown. And then secondly, it's really recommended that you have some sort of motivational tool to keep you going. So these money challenges are always really hard, like any other challenge out there. It's always easy at first, but then it gets a lot harder by the end because it takes more effort. So as you can see here, these are a few phone wallpapers that I have made for free over on the blog, and you can download those if you go follow that link. But what's really great is that if you have some daily visual reminder to say, yeah, you need to put in $5 today, you can say, okay, I got this, rather than forgetting and not doing it one day and then not doing it 2 days, and then 10 days, and then stopping the challenge. We've all been there. We've all been there. And then lastly, I really suggest that you specifically set a goal for this challenge. So like I said at the beginning, what would you do with an extra over $3,000? I mean, for this one, it's around $3,300 that you'll set aside. So what would you do with that? For some people, it would be a small vacation, take your family out and go travel. For someone else, it may be a new laptop, or it could be home remodeling, or whatever it be. It needs to be something personal, it needs to be something rewarding enough to literally set aside a tiny bit of every single day to set aside money. Now, lastly, let's talk about how to implement this actual challenge. So, like I said, you can do it digitally or you can do it with actual nickels. Now, unfortunately, the idea of using actual nickels is difficult because you'd actually need over 66,000 nickels to do this challenge. That's pretty difficult to obtain, to be honest. So there are a few alternate ways you could do this. So you could do it every month. So have enough nickels for every month and slowly accumulate your nickels there. Or to be honest, you can do it digitally. Or you can do it on an app like Acorns and set aside that little money, because really, who has 66,000 nickels setting aside? I definitely don't. All right, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed this quick video about the 365-day nickel challenge. As a reminder, head over to the blog, get your free printable, get your free iPhone wallpapers, and start this challenge. And be sure to check out the playlist for my budgeting series. Thanks for watching.